My name is Erik Franks. I graduated from LeTourneau in 2009, and I am a first officer for Hong Kong Airlines on the Airbus 330 and 350. I absolutely feel like I was called to this job. There were so many obstacles that were required, paperwork and tests and exams, and there was a lot of faith. There was a lot of trust, and it's amazing. In the middle of all of this madness of me telling my wife and son, hey, you want to go to Hong Kong? You want to go 8,000 miles away? We've never been there before. We don't know anyone. You want to do it? There wasn't a lot of, It was, okay, we actually feel pretty calm and comfortable about this. It took 8 months from when I interviewed to actually get the job offer letter here. So we had sold everything in our house. I was absolutely terrified of coming here, exhilarated and excited. And I truly feel that that was God working with us, and God telling us, it's okay, I have you. This is my plan for you. Trust in me. I mean, if that's not being called to something, if that's not being pulled in a direction, I don't know what is. It's very interesting being a commercial airline pilot to directly see God at work, if you will. But being in the transport industry, maybe God isn't using me to personally help these people. He's using my ability and the company's ability to put people in place where they need to be, when they need to be there as part of his plan. I have taken mission teams all over the world. I have taken people who needed to get there for weddings, for funerals, for birthdays, the good and the bad. Some situations that challenge, my walk with Christ are, we are an international company, which is good in a lot of regards, but it's challenging in ways that we fly with very strong believers of different faiths. I try to be as diplomatic as possible, and I try to be as understanding for their faith as I would expect them and hope that they would be of mine. And I am willing to talk to them about their faith and also about my faith. But I've got several email contacts and phone numbers that we can continue the discussion later at a better time, if you will. But we've got a lot of Muslim pilots, and that makes it kind of interesting to be sitting there. And of course, we both respect each other as professionals, and we both try to say, here's what we believe, here's what we've got going on. But they're very nice individuals. LeTourneau does, I think, a great job preparing us for any career that's out there, both spiritually and professionally. They provide excellent education. They will ask a random question and they go, I remember that. I know that from such and such class, and I haven't studied a book in 10 years, I haven't looked at one of those textbooks, but I remember, Mr. Rispin standing up there and doing this, or Mr. Scroggins, or Mr. Biddicoofer standing up here and doing this. So I'm like, I remember that. So the education aspect is hands down awesome. That the name of LeTourneau has helped me immensely. That especially in aviation, because aviation as a whole globally is such a small field, that people know of LeTourneau, people talk of LeTourneau. Spiritual aspect in developing yourself as a Christian and your faith is also very well done by LeTourneau. You are going to be the odd man out. You are going to be the exception, because people are going to be looking at you if you do your job right. And I'm not talking about your flying the airplane or teaching kids job. If you do your job as a Christian right, people are going to be looking at you, and they're going to be going, why are you this way? Why are you smiling? Why are you always friendly to people? But you need to know that that's not normal. It's sad that that's not normal. It should be normal. Our goal as Christians is to make that normal, because that is the love of Christ. But it isn't. Biggest piece of advice for young Christians coming into the aviation is two things. One, Never give up on your faith and your beliefs. Know what you know and stick to it. Don't let anyone else tell you you're wrong, you're not a good Christian because you can't quote the Bible, because you can't do any of this stuff. That, in my opinion, is not what it's about. It's about how you truly believe and how you interact with your fellow man. Number 2, be flexible. God is not going to call you in the way you want to go. You are not in control, and you need to be willing to follow God's plans. God will prosper you. It may not seem like it at the time. It will be scary. It will be uncomfortable. But if you stick with number 1, which is your faith and what you know, then you'll be good. It will turn out in the long run, it will be awesome. And you'll just go, wow, God, look at all of the blessings you've given me. Every time I step out and do a walk around and I look up at this plane that I fly, that they are paying me to fly, as opposed to looking down at the airplane I used to fly in the States. I just go, I laugh. I literally laugh to myself. And the ramp crew looks at me like I'm crazy, because here I am walking around laughing at myself. They're like, what's this guy doing? But I have to stop and I have to say thank you for this, because there is no logical reason. There is no reason that man could come up with why I would be here doing this, getting paid when I'm getting paid to fly the airplane I'm flying, except God. That's why I'm here.
Thanks for listening. For more resources to help you take your faith to work, visit our website at www.centerforfaithandwork.com.